This is a tier list for the best days to not have classes on. Okay, so feel ko, okay. So I have a strong opinion about Tuesdays being the day to not have classes on if you have one day in a week to not have classes on, like considering the weekdays, excluding weekends. So I think it's because when you have Tuesdays, no classes on Tuesdays, parang it's a buffer for Mondays. Since but usually when you go to class on Monday, it's the worst day of the week because it's the start of the week and it's like the transition from weekends to weekdays. So dahil doon feel ko when you have Tuesday as a day without classes, when you have Monday, on Monday you would feel parang less shitty about it because para pagkatapos ng day, 'di ba? Wala kang pasok the next day. So like that's a benefit. So it kind of dampens the blow of Monday. Since Monday usually you'd feel like, damn, start ng week, I'd have to do shit again. And yeah, buong week, no rest. But it's Tuesday is kind of like a buffer for Monday. So with that, of course, that already like bumps it up high tier because like after ng Tuesday, Wednesday may pasok, diba? Wednesday is kind of like the normal, the neutral day within the week. Like whenever you have Wednesday, parang you don't usually feel any like strong opinions about it because tapos na yung Monday, and Monday is usually the day in a week na parang it's the source of all of the negative aura. So feel ko, usually, the thought process with that is like kapag Wednesday na, parang since Monday already started, there was already a day before Wednesday and Tuesday, parang you mentally, nagka-clock in na sa mind mo na parang like, okay, this week has already started and it's not something that just started. So parang wala na yung feeling of that, okay, this week just started and I have to repeat everything. Parang you're already midway. So there isn't that feeling of like, damn, I have to restart. So because of that, Wednesday is already like a neutral day. You don't really feel strong opinions about it. Pero once you get to Thursday, parang I feel like Thursday is when it clocks in sa mind mo na parang like, um, it's already ending. The week is already ending. So parang at this point, parang it just speeds up. So essentially, like, okay, so Thursday to Friday, it speeds up. It's like ending the week. So essentially, in my opinion, I feel like if you have it Tuesday as the day without classes, parang ang nangyayari is like the week essentially skips the day that you feel shitty from Monday. It basically negates the negative aura of Monday and speeds up the week so that you have less to worry about for the whole week. So, because of that, Tuesday is automatically like high tier, either S or A. I'd go S because of other reasons. Other reasons including like if you have Tuesday, let's say you have a schedule with 2 days without classes. The best, I feel like the best setup for that would be having no class on Tuesday and Thursday because in that case, parang you'd have a buffer for every day na meron kang klase, 'di ba? So like from Monday may pasok ka. Tuesday wala kang pasok. So it's buffering it. So next, after Tuesday we have Wednesday. After Wednesday there's already a buffer. There's Thursday. So parang every day, 'di ba? The next day there's no class. So yeah, automatically S tier. However, kapag pumunta naman tayo sa 3 days no classes, that's a bit more iffy. I mean, it's a much rarer occurrence, so I think it's less important. It's less of a factor. Pero it's still a factor. Sometimes days classes have 3 days no class. But Tuesday you can still make an argument that Tuesday is a pretty high tier option in that case. Since however, I feel like if it's 3 days, the best setup would be like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Since of course still abiding by the buffer rule, which is having a day with class and then a day with no class. So because of that, I feel like Tuesday is S tier, automatically S tier. Very viable in both 1 day no class and 2 day no class. So yeah. Next, let's go to Friday. Okay, Friday is a bit iffy. Kasi like, let's say, no, like, okay, so my current schedule is Friday has no class, diba? Like, no class Friday. It's good because, paano ba? Like, if you have no classes on Friday, essentially you have to go through the whole week. Pero, you would be getting the weekend early. So that feels really good, diba? Like parang, it's like, kasi diba, usually the mental week start for school clocks in at Monday, since parang Monday is the day that people start going to class, ganon. And when it ends at Friday, parang you'd feel like other classes still have another class at that time, diba? Depending on your schedule. Meanwhile, you don't have classes anymore. So parang it's like it's ending early, diba? It's an early weekend. Meanwhile, kapag Monday yung schedule na wala kang pasok, parang ano naman siya, like, usually kasi, other classes naman have classes on Monday, so parang ang mararamdaman mo nun, parang like, damn, other classes have pasok na on this day, parang like, it's already affecting your mental. It's like parang, damn, I should be doing something today, so that's something productive, since it's a Monday, and Monday is a productive day, diba? So, because of that, Monday is less viable, kasi parang it feels worse, 'di ba? Kasi essentially parang you'd feel it's not an early weekend. It's like an extended weekend that you just gained, pero other people don't have it. So like the psychologically it's not there, okay? It's not on the level of Friday no class. Because Friday no class is like early. So I'd argue that Friday is A, because Friday is kind of like, it's kind of like parang it's very versatile in many setups. Like if you were to go with 1 2 day no classes, and you have Tuesday, if you go with Tuesday, Friday is actually a very solid option then. Since like Monday class, Tuesday no class, Wednesday and Thursday class, diba? It's like it's only 2 days, diba? So it's not too big of a trade-off to have Friday, that early Friday continuous weekend schedule. So in a sense, it could be a worthy payoff. So I think Friday is also a pretty good option here. For Monday, I'd okay. I said earlier, diba, parang like Monday is less viable than Friday because of yun nga, the extension. It's just an extension rather than a early break. Pero I still feel like it's either B or A. I think okay, for now I'm gonna put it B. Pero I would argue A because of the 3 day no class, diba? 3 day no classes. It's for 3 day no classes, Monday is an immediate solid contender, because like then you have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, diba? Like I said earlier, the trifecta. So I think Monday is still good. And if you were to go with the earlier thing, like against Friday, Monday is still a pretty solid option. Like if nothing else, Monday is the day you have no class on. It's still okay. It's just not as good as Friday. It's just not as viable, and yeah, not as versatile, but still pretty versatile. Now let's go to Thursday. Thursday, I'd say, okay, let's think about this. So if you have a 1 day no class, Thursday is just a shitty day to have that. I mean, I don't know. It's all right, but it's not the best, because like you already went through the shittiest part of the week, which is Monday and Tuesday. So essentially, Thursday to Friday is kind of like a filler episode, like it's trying to get to the end of the week, and it's not really that bad to go through it. So I think I'd rather just go with Thursday as a class day rather than have it be something that takes up um a slot for other days. Okay, yeah. So yeah, because of that, I feel like Thursday is not super high, but just like earlier I said, diba, Thursday is a very solid contender because of its usage in 2 day no class schedules, diba? You have the solid combo, Tuesday and Thursday combo, that basically just adds a buffer to the entire week. So because of that, already high up. Pero it's only one case. If you go with the 3 day no class schedule, Thursday is still like a class day. You should take that class day, because the best, of course, is still the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'd argue is Thursday is worse than Monday, because Monday is super versatile. Meanwhile, Thursday is very situational. Thursday is very situational, and most of the time, you'd just be better off making it a class day. Now, lastly, we have Wednesday. So Wednesday, I don't know. Wednesday, it's the very middle of the week. It's very neutral. Like I said earlier, it's like very neutral, diba? And you usually wouldn't feel very strongly about Thursday. Pero it's also a very good week to have no classes on. Kasi look at this, diba? Like parang essentially with this, you're kind of equalizing your whole week. You have 2 days with class and then 2 days without class. So this is considering if you have only 1 day without class the whole week. In that case, this would be very viable. Kasi like look at you'd be going through the two worst days of the week, which is Monday and Tuesday. Pero it's a trade-off that essentially gives you a timeout after that 2 days of suffering. And after the timeout, but Tuesday is just Thursday and Friday, which is kind of like a breeze because usually Thursday and Friday are like the days that are like super quick to pass. So because of that, Wednesday is also very viable. Pero I'd argue it's not as viable as Tuesday. Okay, so now let's move on to like 2 day schedules, 2 day class, no class schedules. Again, like the best 2 day no class schedule in my opinion is Tuesday and Thursday. Pero, um, Tuesday and Wednesday could also be very good because I said earlier, Thursday and Friday is kind of like a breeze. So Wednesday is very viable. I feel like Wednesday would be high. Let's say it's better than Monday, I feel like it's better than Monday because it's much more versatile than Monday. Again, like Wednesday can also be like if you have a 3 day no class schedule, another very viable setup is the 3 day consecutive no class, which is the Monday, Tuesday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But you can actually go with just a weekday, weekend connected to the weekday, and that would also be pretty viable. But yeah, I think Wednesday is always like a day that would be like caught up in that. It's a very neutral day, but because it's so neutral, it's also so viable to have as a no class day because like you won't lose anything, but you also won't gain anything. So yeah, I think Wednesday is above Monday, in between Friday and Monday. So okay, let's see. Do I will I make any more changes? Okay, I don't think so because yeah, Tuesday is definitely S tier. It definitely deserves that S tier because of its versatility and its just insane impact. Friday and Wednesday, yeah, I think yeah. After Tuesday's Friday, Friday is of course like just like a godsend. Like thank God it's Friday, right? So just a godsend day. Wednesday is after Friday since it's versatile, but not as versatile as Friday and Tuesday. Monday is lower because it's kind of like a worse Friday that's less versatile. And then Thursday is just the worst one to not have classes on because I mean it's not really a bad day to have no classes on, but it's just like it gives you the least benefit in terms of like your psychological faculty that matter. So yeah, I think this is the final tier list. S tier on Tuesday, Tuesday and S tier, an A tier Friday and Wednesday, and B tier is Monday and Thursday. So yeah, yan yung final tier list ko of the best days to have no classes on. This is considering 1 day no class schedules, 2 day no class schedules, and 3 day no class schedules. 4 day no class schedules and 5 day no class schedules are kind of like not viable anymore. I don't think they're really important to consider, especially 5 day no classes. It's essentially just no classes at all. But for 4 day no classes, I'd say like the best schedule. I don't know. There isn't really a best schedule for that since it's just 1 day to have a class. So yeah, this is just a viable days for that. So yeah, that's all.